the total all in all.
The total all in all.
That's funny, hey? I'm just loving it. Okay, guys, so the total all in all inside Canada for the Canadian I spent for the application is 20. How is everyone out there? My name is Sarah Buyucan. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If you stay with me until the end of this video, is because I am going to share how much money I spent to sponsor my sister-in-law and her family to come here in Canada. So this is a common question you keep on asking me, okay? And I am going to share from the beginning, the time I helped my sister-in-law in Philippines until how much money I paid to the immigration consultant here in Canada. And I am not going to mention any name of the agency or the consultant who helped me to do the processing here in Canada, okay? So I have two consultants here in Calgary. The first consultant who helped me is to do the processing of my sister-in-law and her family permanent resident, okay? We did mistake. I have a mistake and I don't know exactly like who get the mistake, but in the application, my family, my brother family is not included for coming to Canada like open permit visa, okay? So I have to apply them for another consultant who helped me to apply for their open permit to come here in Canada, guys. Okay, so that's why I spent too much money for these applications. So if I were you, you have to do your research, okay? Go shop around and look the consultant or immigration lawyer, immigration consultant or agent who is going to help you do the processing, okay? Some of them are not the same prices. So if I were you, just shop around who is the cheapest that you can trust, okay? And me and my husband sponsor my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law is the principal applicant, okay? So what happened was, because I'm not very sure about the processing fees, the applications, and I just want to make it sure like someone is going to help me, you know, who is going to be like expert for their job, right? So that's why for me, I said, you know what, I don't mind. I'm going to pay people and, you know, probably it's worthy. But if I were you guys, if you can do it yourself, if you have time, you better do your own research and do it yourself instead of paying all those thousands of money. The applicants are 6 people, okay? My sister-in-law and her family, and she have a grandkids, okay? So it's all included. I paid 10,500 Canadian dollar, and the government fee is not included, guys. So I'm the one who paid the government fee, plus I paid her educational credential assessment, because when you are applying for the caregiver to come here in Canada, one of the requirements is you need to go for your educational credential assessment, and I paid the agencies who help her 260 Canadian dollar, okay? And what else I did? So the total all in all, so the total all in all,
The total all in all.
That's funny, hey? I'm just loving it. Okay, guys, so the total all in all inside Canada for the Canadian I spent for the application is 20,880.
Guys, look, it's bleeding.
My gosh, my kids just came from there.
Actually, Mom, look, you're not paying attention.
I pay attention and look. Show it to them. Why you didn't tell your...
Don't mind it. It was just when I removed my boot.
That's just nothing, anak.
It's just...
Shh, next time you have to carefully. You're a Hapkido boy, so never mind. That's just nothing. Oh my God, sorry. So the total all in all for inside Canada is 20,280 Canadian dollar, plus the money that I sent in Philippines. I have to still consider that because that's part of her applications. Okay, in Philippines, because of this, the application, when you're applying for the caregiver here in Canada, one of the requirements is you need to take the IELTS, the English and International English Language Test. Plus, you need to submit your credentials here in Canada, educational credential assessments. Okay.
Something embarrassing.
What? Can you please? I'm talking.
When I was doing that, you know when we go backwards and we put my leg like this? When I came down, I squeezed so hard here and my part came out. And everybody heard it.
My gosh, boy. Nobody wants to listen your fart. Get out from here.
Well, you can look at my big foot.
Everyone heard it.
Can you please, boy? I need to finish this one. It's not very nice.
How much sticky notes do you need? That's a lot of notes, and
Well, I have to know to make it sure how much I have to
Excuse me,
say
I
to
need a pen.
people.
you just need to say it from your brain and like.
That is so rude, you know, guys. You know, that's not how you're wearing your uniform.
just
Is that
need to
how
get
you
the
behave? That's not very nice. I'm going to tell to Daddy. Sorry, guys. Anyway, God, I forgot what I'm saying. So yeah, I have to include it, the money that I spend in Philippines because that's part of the application, right? So yeah, when you are applying for a caregiver nanny to come here in Canada for the new program, guys, you need to have your English test and you need to submit your credentials here in Canada, and that's one of the requirements. Okay, so for the IELTS, because I want to make sure my sister is going to pass the test, so I spend like she have to pay in peso is 15,000 in peso, plus the allowance I send is, let's say, 30,000 peso, and that is like 700 Canadian dollar, plus the caregiver course, because you know she's an elementary teacher. She's teaching like kindergarten, but I just want to make it sure because you know, so I let her go study caregiver in Philippines, and I spend like 60,000 peso for her, like the tuition fees in school, and that is equivalent for Canadian dollars 1,500 Canadian dollar. So the total for, and the equivalent for Canadian dollar is 1,500 Canadian dollar. Okay, so I have the notes here. The total all in all for Canadian dollar I spend from their permanent resident, their open work permit visa, their study permit, because you need to pay if you have the principal applicants, and if you have a family and you want to bring them here in Canada, if you have children, grandkids, you want them to be with you here in Canada at the same time, you need to pay all the government fees, like study.
Mommy, I need to go poo-poo.
Gosh. You need to pay the work permit, the open permit, and the study permit, guys, okay? And so that's why I just make it the total all in all, like 20,280 inside Canada, the Canadian dollar, okay? That's included for the immigration consultant. That's why I said to you guys, you better just do it yourself, and you just pay only the government fee, and you don't have to spend that much money. I swear. Okay, just go to the Canada website, official Canada website, canada.ca, and just read everything. Just read everything instead of paying those immigration consultants, because those immigration consultants, they love to read. That's why they just love to read, you know. They just follow what is in the official Canada website, you know. I guaranteed you, because for me, in my own experience, when you are applying for a caregiver to come here in Canada and you want to bring with you your family, with you your spouses, with you your grandkids, with you your children, okay, you need to apply your permanent resident at the same time all together. Before you submit your application, you need to pay your work permit, your open work permit, and your study permit all together if you want to bring with you your family with you at the same time, okay? And oh my god, it's so noisy, my kids. So the total all in all, if we are going to calculate that with the exchange rate of 20,480 Canadian dollar, and if the exchange rate for peso is 41 or 40 dollar, and I spend in peso is almost like 1 million. So it's all worth it, guys, because the reason why, doesn't matter I spend all this money, the most important, my family is here. They're coming very soon here in Canada, and that is the most important for me. At least I'm going to have a family here in Calgary, because you know, it's not easy when you're just alone in this country. You have your own children, your husband is still different when you have your own brother, your nephew and niece, okay? The reason I share this to you guys, how much I spend for my sponsorship here in Canada, is because for you to think, if you are the employer, future employer here in Canada, you are the brother, sister here inside Canada, if you want to do it yourself, just do it yourself, okay? To tell you honestly, if you do it yourself, you save a lot of money. It's just a matter of you do some reading, do some research, okay? just go to Canada official Canada website and read all the information. So anyway, thank you for watching. God bless everyone.